Hey, welcome back. I'm joined now by Brigitta Rice, who was on our radio show about 17 years ago. And you called in.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was just great. And back then you were talking about taking care of the feet.
Yes.
And you're continuing that because it's obviously very important. There's so many amputations a year that are preventable due to diabetes.
Yeah.
And we've written articles on that. So tell me, what have you been doing the last 17 years?
Well, I have been involved in schooling. I was in graduate school when I called.
Okay.
And I've studied stress management and found out certain techniques that are very good and that I found could really help the purpose that I had for this relaxation, and that is to improve the peripheral blood flow. I have diabetes just like you.
You do? How long now?
46 years. 48 years.
48 years. Oh my gosh, you're my hero. And you look great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But I was thinking maybe when I get old I will have trouble with my legs and feet. So if this relaxation it can help, then why not look into it? So I designed my thesis study to look into that, and I had a group of diabetics from the ADA chapter in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and so they were very willing to help be my subjects, and they came out doing very well. In fact, I was not sure that it would work because in the literature it said that diabetics weren't very good candidates for relaxation.
So let's back up. So you went to school and you got a PhD?
No, actually a master's.
A master's. So the master's thesis on blood flow to the feet and to see if they could use their minds to relax, to increase the peripheral blood flow. Exactly. That's a hard word. And so the theory is that if you get more blood to your feet, they're healthier, the oxygen is there, they're being fed, and injuries will heal up.
Exactly.
And a big problem with people with diabetes with their feet is the hair stops growing because the hair follicles aren't being fed. And I know that's a sign. If your hair is not, you're in trouble. The horse is out of the barn.
Yeah.
And so, and then that can lead to dryness. If you get a wound, it won't heal. It leads to gangrene. Has to be toes start cutting. I mean, it's gruesome. I'm just want to be honest, though, that this kind of work is so valuable. So let's go back. You did this study, and what did you find out?
I found out, not in the first study, but in a later study, I worked with patients who had chronic foot ulcers. Chronic means more than 8 weeks. The average in the 32 ulcers that I was working with was 21 weeks. But many ulcers were years long, and sometimes. So does the ulcer start as a cut or a wound? Yes, sometimes it can start very insignificantly, just a red bump maybe. Okay. And then it opens up. And then it doesn't heal. It may get infected. Then it maybe heals a little bit. Infection again, and they just can't get it to heal because there isn't enough blood there to support healing, or nourishment or oxygen. But when you learn to relax, you're allowing more of those nutrients to reach the edge of the ulcer and the tissues, and healing takes place. So what do you mean when you relax? Oh, relaxation. I just kick back in the lazy boy recliner? You can do that. There's a lot of people with diabetes are kicking back, but it's not increasing blood flow. No, it doesn't. No. It feels good, and it feels good to put your feet up. And when you do that, you're actually doing the natural thing, which is part of this technique, is that you are relaxing, and actually the blood vessels dilate ever so little. So it's a good start. But you are not really relaxing. You are just sitting there or laying there. So how do you really relax? When you really relax, that is a skill that you have to learn. And usually you have to learn it, and it may take some time, but you have some good effects right away. Some good effects right away. And
what are those?
And those are that you feel comfortable. No, you feel comfortable, but actually the heart rate slows down, the breathing slows down, the blood pressure goes down. So those are all physical things that happen. And after you stay at that level for a while, it becomes very comfortable, and you're starting to feel good. When I say that it is a skill, that means that you should be able to reach that level of comfort fairly soon. And you do that by practicing and practicing.
Is this where you count back from 10 and...
You can do that if you want to.
So it's like meditating.
It is.
You're not thinking about your feet getting warm?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
you're talking to your feet?
Yeah, you're talking to your feet. In the protocol for the relaxation, I help people first do a few little exercises with their feet, because you don't really know where they are sometimes if you have diabetes a long time. But and then there's some breathing exercises, some autogenic training, which is repeating certain words that are suggested to you, and then to image warmth. And to think of some happy, warm times. That's the best, because if you can be happy thinking about the warmth, that's good.
And also, so what happens?
And then the temperature goes up in your feet and under your skin.
How much?
Well, it varies. In the beginning, it's maybe just a couple of degrees.
That's significant.
That is significant, because I've had clients who only have been able to do that much and still heal their ulcers.
Their ulcers healed?
Yeah. So I didn't get that far yet, but the rest of the relaxation technique is that they think a warm thought. They think the feet are warm, so that's good. And in the research, there were 32 ulcers, chronic ulcers, entered into the research. And there were 16 in control, 16 in intervention. The intervention was the relaxation. They all got the best of foot care. They were seen twice or every 2 weeks in the clinic. And just to make it short, because this could take a long time if I told you everything.
Jump to the good news.
Good news. Those who learn to relax, 14 of those ulcers healed. 14 out of 16. That's 87.5%.
And what about the other group?
The other group did, actually, I was surprised how good they did. 7 out of 16 healed. And
so it doubled the healing rate.
Yeah, doubled the healing rate.
So you can tell your feet to warm up, and they will. That's amazing.
If you give it time.
Brigitta, so tell us about this.
So I have come to the point where I now have a product, and I called it the Warm Feet Kit, because the kit also includes a little thermometer. I didn't tell you about that before, but it has a thermometer.
I see there's this thermometer in here.
And if you measure your little finger, left little finger is good to use, the temperature before you relax, and then after you relax, you get what has happened during relaxation. And that may be a couple degrees, maybe 4 or 10 degrees. I had one woman who regularly increased her toe temperature by 18 to 20 degrees in 15 minutes.
Wait. I thought we're all 98.6 or 7 or something.
That's the inside temperature.
So her toes were 10 degrees colder than that.
No.
I mean,
no.
18 degrees.
Yeah, actually, the toes could probably start at 76 or 78 or something like that. Anywhere in the upper 70s.
Wow.
But if they can, and we don't expect foot temperatures to increase more than to about 93.
So someone can use their brain, and this woman, your patient, increased the temperature of her feet 18 degrees. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. It is phenomenal.
Well, it's healing. This is fantastic healing work.
Yeah, and then in the control group, there were 9 that did not heal. So the 9 that did not heal, we said, well, would you like to learn the relaxation, and we'll follow you for the next 12 weeks. And they said, 5 of them said, yeah, we would like to try that. Now their ulcers were 12 weeks longer already, but they were willing to try. And then they were, at the end of their time, all 5 ulcers healed. So that was 100% healing. So I'm really pumped about the results.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
In closing, is there anything else that you want to say about the moving forward?
Well, I have an article published in the Diabetes Educator this past month in May, June, and that has information for diabetes educators and nurses on how to train their patients to the skill of relaxation. And I hope that they will pick it up. They have a little bit more time than the doctors, but if the doctors would be so kind to encourage the nurses and their patients to use it, I think it would be a great effect.
Well, Brigitta, I'm inspired by you. Here's someone that has diabetes for how many years?
48.
48 years, loves feet, went to school, got the advanced degree, just continued, and now is teaching people to heal themselves by relaxing and raising the temperature of their own feet. It's brilliant. It's totally brilliant, and I'm just really excited.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks for coming on the show. My mom was into biofeedback. She held galvanic skin response.
Oh, yeah.
Temperature, brainwave analyzers, and she would go into her high school class and teach kids that you really have control, and it's kind of opens up a whole paradigm shift.
Yeah, it does.
That our minds, there's so much more that we're not tapping into that we can, and especially when you apply it to healing. I'm just so excited, Brigitta Rice. Thanks for coming on. Let's stay in contact.
Yes, that would be great. That would be great.
All right, thank you.